What up, goat? Psych, this is a clock stream. You just entered the clock stream. "11 by 11 clock blind." What's good, William Vandergrift and Ella, Zach, Gramanium, Master Ice Panda. What is stronger, my overwhelming tiredness or my gambling addiction? That's to be determined, yes. What's up, Cubert and Blackbird and GB and Teal Lenar? Thanks, Jat. Alright, you guys are gonna see my 7 simul progress right now. Oh my god. Dang it. Oh my god, dude. Like an hour or so ago, I got a 778 AO12. So that's funny. Working on 3x3 and it's something nice. I've been seeing your PBs in the Discord. Inform your cat that I say psst, psst, psst. She was just right next to me. Oh wow, she just said hi to me. Right after I said psst, psst, psst. She knows what that means. Hi! Look who it is! Hey! Don't bite me. Oh. Okay then. I'll stop petting you. Clearly you don't want it. What's up, Adam and Ken? Yes, it is a clock. Is your PB single 7 simul yet? No, I haven't gotten any actual PBs still. I'm getting really close though. My clock PB is 574, I think, and I've got 599. My AO5 PB is 0.06 off. My AO12 PB is 0.16 off. It's just a matter of time. I'll probably get it tomorrow if I do some solves tomorrow. What's up, John? What's up, Derp? Alright, actually doing a good one now. Yay! Thanks, Mutasim. Lovely cat, make sure to give it enough attention because you'll be ignoring it for over an hour. I've been giving her a lot of attention today, don't worry. As much as she allows. We have like a thing where she'll just be like hanging out in her little donut. It's like a cave type of thing. And then she'll come out like once an hour and just like roll around next to me and I'll pet her stomach and then she goes back in. Respect from college, taking Calc 1. Nice. I always liked calculus. Oh shoot. I probably messed this up. What? Okay, I totally thought I messed it up. Oh my god. Calc 3 is the best. Well, I don't know. I guess I probably enjoyed Calc 2 and Calc 3 them like equal amounts. Calc 3 is cool because there's like a lot of cool visualization and like actual application. Calc 2 is fun though just because integrals are cool. Watching you do this looks so slow, but I'm the same speed as you. I feel like I'm going fast, but I guess not. Yeah, no, I can imagine it looks really slow because I'm doing like slower than 1 turn a minute. I think I did a calculation wrong. Is Calc 3 complex analysis? No. I mean, not where I took it. Calc 3 is just like 3D Calc 2, basically. Thanks, Yappy. Oh, dude, that last turn was so slow. That would have been really good. What's up, Ethera? I'm still so bad at doing 6 moves with my right pinky. For us, Calc 2 is multivariable analysis, Calc 3 is complex. Huh. Yeah, for me, Calc 2 is just like integrals, basically. And, I don't know if it was much else besides integrals. And, yeah, and then Calc 3 is all that, but like 3D, basically. Good that you're simuling early, good habit to build. I'm not, like, completely doing it yet, but like half of the turns, probably. Ethera. I notice you're holding it so the clocks need to be solved looking down. Is that like better or just preference? That's just how 7 simul's done. At least like basic 7 simul, I think. Integrals in Calc 1 and 2? Oh, I didn't have integrals at all in Calc 1. It was just like derivatives and trig and all that junk. Doing cookie clicker shit right now. Alright, I'm just gonna do a couple more. amplitude. That was a decent scramble. I just did it badly. Hold it whatever orientation gives the lowest moves / ticks. Does it actually, well, does changing, I know that like you can pick whatever side to give lowest moves and ticks, but does like shifting like 45 degrees or not 45, 90 degrees do anything? Does that actually do anything? I can't imagine if you're like doing the same, like how would you actually be doing a different solution that way? What's up, Kunai? I guess actually, yeah, you would. When people do like 7 simul at a really high level, are they tracing like several different orientations to see which one's best? Have you heard about the Sangso clock? I don't think it's Shengshao, it's Sangso, right? Are those... I thought those weren't the same company. Oh, it is Shengshao. Is Sangso just like a way of spelling it correctly or something? I could have sworn Oh, they're the same thing. Sengso is the same company as Shengshao? Same company, different pronunciation. Huh. There are 8 solutions, 2 unique ones. Okay. So like one for every 90 degrees of each face. I guess at a really high level you'd be like maybe checking the first half of like all possible. Hold center edge skips where it will skip a D move. Oh yeah. I don't have a like fast enough memo to like check all the clocks for center edge skips, but yeah. I've done 1,300 7 simul solves now, and I've still only gotten 1 AO50 successfully. I feel like it's going to be forever before I get an AO100. Standard orientation and Z are 2 unique solutions, then from there you can do X2 or Y2 to rearrange each solution. I guess to avoid D moves. Nice, Irma. Key solving order does matter, yeah. And yeah, you can't, it matters in 4-blind just because you can't do parity algs before solving centers pretty much, and you can't do corner parity before solving wings. It'll move stuff you already memoed around. And if you ever do 5-blind, keep in mind that there are midge algs like stuff like 4 movers for midges will rotate centers. So if you're gonna do midges before centers, which I recommend not to, don't do algs like that. Like, don't do algs that have any kind of setup to a 4 mover or a 4 mover, because it will mess up your center memo. Very nice, Zach. I'm gonna do 3 more. thought I messed that up. It's cool that this is just like week 2 of 7 simul. I can really feel like sub 6 global being like super doable in like a couple months of practice, because I'm still so hindered by having to think about every move I do, and like kind of still being like rushed into exec because my memo is like 12 seconds on average. Will tonight be the night? Police TV. Monka S. Hopefully. Shit. Dang it. Did a wrong move somewhere and I tried to backtrack and messed up. Favorite non-blind event? It's probably 3x3. I do a lot of 3x3. It's basically like the one event that I do most while I'm just like chilling, listening to stuff. I paused before executing because I was a little unsure about the last thing I memoed. Anyways, that's my 7 simul progress. That was kind of a poor demonstration compared to what my most recent session was like, but whatever. %, sure it won't be held in 2027. Oh, do you mean at Worlds? Why not? Like unofficially even. Is that what you mean? Like you don't think it'll even be held unofficially? Oh my god. Oops. When I'm reading the 11 by 11 scrambles with there's like lowercase letters for the wide moves, and with D and B, I'm like constantly getting D and B mixed up. It's like my brain just like washes over it and just thinks it's B usually. These letters look too similar. Thanks for the good luck, Blackbird. Is FTO worth checking out? Don't want to buy one to learn. Isn't that fun? I think FTO is really fun, but that's just me. I've heard most people who pick it up find it really fun. It's like relearning 3x3. What time is it for you now? 7 p.m. What's up, Quartz? Feet was an option for event bans for your tournament? I didn't even notice that, dude. What? Yo, DG, what up? Thank you. Thanks, Spud. Last line of the scramble. Can't wait to never do these scrambles again. I really hope the 12 performs better than this. I hope they learned their lesson and magnetized it stronger. So I know I'm not the only one who complains about how weak the magnets are on this thing. They like barely do anything. Oh my god. Gotta keep an eye on multi-scrambles as if it's not up to 35 anymore. Oh, as it's not up to 35 anymore. Oh my god. It'll be worse with 12? Oh, the scrambles will be, yeah. Did I order the 12? No. I'm probably just gonna wait until I get an 11 success and then message Diane Chang about possibly getting a 12. But it'll probably be a while. Even if I get the 11 success right now and then Diane Chang sends me a 12 like in a week, it'll be probably like October when I start trying it. "12 by 12 magnets are slightly stronger and a lot smoother overall." Oh, you have the Diane Chang 12? Nice. Alright. Starting prediction. Will this be a success? Are you still enjoying this? I like streaming, and it's gonna feel really good when I get it. I always enjoy like the memo process. I get really frustrated when like the hardware is being annoying, and I get really frustrated when I'm like mistracing a bunch of times and like losing minutes because of it. But I don't know. In general, I like things that help me improve at things, and just doing a bunch of 11 blind is generally, I think, like good blind practice, and it'll help in other things, and that's fun for me. So update 11 blind attempts. Oh, on the screen, yeah. So many things to remember all the time. Thanks, Cube. Thanks, Fanny. I have the 12 by 12, and I think it's one of the better Diane Chang big cubes. Let's go. That's exciting. That makes me a lot more excited about doing 12 blind. Predict 11 blind times from here on out. I don't want to do that because I feel like it could way more so like get into my head. I don't want to be like trying to get to make it right. Also, if you guys didn't see yesterday, I think on like the 10th or so solve of my 3 blind session after I did 11 blind, I guessed a time perfectly first try. I guessed 2382 on a DNF. 111.11. Yesterday's attempt was 111. 111, or no, not yesterday's. The day before, 111.53. Thanks to the GL. So many things to remember. Isn't that your whole thing? People think I have a good memory. It's a myth. You lost the perfect guess. There's a clip if you want to watch it. Just like clip from yesterday. Alright, if you're in YouTube chat, go to the link in the description and you can find my Twitch channel. And if you go there and follow the stream, you can get some points to join the prediction with and predict whether or not I will get a success. Oops. Okay. Okay. Everything looks good. I think I'm ready. Oh, my cat's still here. Hi. You gonna hang out? Please don't meow at me while I'm doing my attempt. Moral support. She was laying like this. It's the GLs and the Prages. Huh. I've mistraced for like a minute or two on the third center type. Oh. Wait, no. Oh. Okay. Figured it out. Lost at least a couple minutes there. Reviewing everything. Okay, plus centers. Sub 40. Done with the plus centers. There was one little thing I was kind of unsure about, but whatever. have an itch I can't reach. Centers are done. Hi. I think I made a mistake very early on, and then I probably made another one later. I'm just attempt spamming. It'll happen eventually. It'll happen eventually, copium. It's so annoying. I swear I make mistakes on like plus centers, which is the first type of center I execute. I swear I make mistakes there like most often because I'm just like too much in memo mode or something. Probably just at least 2 moves. Yeah, I believe in myself. Every time I'm like doing exec, I'm trying to like picture the cube being solved. It's mostly in obliques and X centers. Ash, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I wonder if 12 line would be easier due to be able to pick an orientation. It definitely will not be easier. It's going to be significantly harder. Not like... I mean, it's like... This is like 250 algs. 12 blind is going to be like 300, and it'll be an even larger percentage of it will be centers. Even though it looks bad, it's probably only 2 to 3 mistakes. Yeah, it might be just 2 mistakes, like a slice and a move. Actually, it's probably 3. It could just be 2. Something like that. But the problem with 1 move mistakes is like there could be like a nested 2 center or 3 center DNF from like an inverse comm or recalling a wrong letter pair or a tracing mistake, and it's like really hard to see those when I've made a 1 move mistake because I have to like count everything. Most annoying type of center to memorize is the innermost obliques for sure. Yeah, I'm planning on doing 12 blind eventually. David. Wow. This light is blown out. Not blown out. Too bright. That's a weird tint. One of these days. Gotta keep in mind, 10 blind took me like at least 75 tries. It seemed to me there was a slice mistake plus a one move mistake in wings, but there were a handful of incorrect centerpieces prior to that. The incorrect centerpieces were probably all due to a one move mistake. When you have 4 of each centerpiece type off, I don't know it's exactly that because there's also like a slice mistake, so it's kind of hard to tell, and I'd have to count everything individually, but it looks roughly like 4 of each centerpiece off, of the ones that are, of the types that are off. So it like depends on where in the solve I made the one move mistake. If I made it like right in the beginning, it would be every center type is off by 4. But if there's like any other recall or tracing mistakes, there's going to be like a couple more, but it's hard to count. It's like 4 or 5 mins. I should switch to M2 from OP, right? No. Well, first of all, there's no time that you like should switch, and also it's not really agreed upon that you should ever use M2 anyways. Some people think using M2 is a bad idea and you should just do a Roscoe because M2 teaches you a bad buffer. Thanks, Zach. Yeah, I like cubing. Even if I'm DNFing, I'm used to it. Been doing this a long time. What's up, Yomi? Also, I just noticed DG's bits. Thanks for the 11 and 11 bits. Thank you. I switched when I started learning 4-blind. That's the one thing, is like, it is nice to know Old Pachman, or not Old Pachman, it is nice to know M2, because it makes learning wings easier for big cubes, but you can just learn R2, like whatever. Is it an okay idea to go full Roscoe and slowly add 3-style? Yeah, that's what a lot of people do. What do you think about a modified M2 from UF? Yeah, I think some people do that, except I think that's like pretty similar to a Roscoe. So you might as well just do a Roscoe probably. Dang it. Setup moves are way easier with M2 than OP. Yeah, I mean, M2 is faster than Old Pachman, like, absolutely, but, like, by far. But learning Old Pachman and then learning M2 and then learning 3-style is, like, a very slow way to get fast. And you're gonna have to, like, learn a thing and then break a bunch of habits to learn the next thing, and then break a bunch of habits to learn the next thing. So I don't know. It's probably better to just go from like learn Old Pacman, then learn Orozco. Totally thought I would DNF that. What's up, Tao? Never learned M2. Did you learn Orozco? It's crazy how much later, like to think about how much later you learned 3-blind than me. When I learned M2, people were like learning DF 3 style, like at a high level, people were using DF 3 style. Like people were realizing UF was better than DF right after I learned 3 style. So I learned and used DF full 3 style for a while, then had to switch. Scramble was horrible. Oops. I went straight from Old Pacman to Orozco after like 15-ish solves. Wow. That's pretty crazy. It was always UFR. Nice. What am I doing? Oh. Scramble. You had to scramble with those 5 flipped edges and 4 twisted corners. Damn. That is very unlikely. I mean, very, very low odds. Dang it. Visualed too much. Very based, Andrew. That's me too, Car Pro. I mostly just do solves. What? Dang it. Yeah, I would say so, Ash. Just learn how 3-style works, like learn how commutators work, understand them intuitively, and then try to do solves with it and make your own list, coming up with algs yourself. you, dude. Just switch from N2 to 3 style, but coming up with columns on the fly. That was what I did for a long time. It's definitely, I think, a good route to go. And then you can just like fix your columns gradually over time. How many algs generally make up an algorithm set? You talking about 3 style or just in general? You said in general. I'm like not sure what you're referring to. Three style is 818 algs total. It's like 440 for edges, 387 for corners, I think. Wait. That doesn't add up, right? 440 and 387. Yeah, that does add up. 440 and 387. 440. It's less than 440 for edges. I don't remember. 378. Oh, okay. Should I make my own alg set for a Roscoe? Usually people don't bother for a Roscoe, but you can. I would just watch an Roscoe tutorial. But don't watch JPerms, because for some reason he teaches... Wait. Never mind. That's JPerm's old Pachman tutorial, right? Where he teaches like a weird buffer. I guess his Orozco is probably fine. People tell me, I don't know. Oh. It doesn't really matter what the helper is, right? Like, it might be a little slower if your helpers you are, but it's not like it's going to be like bad down the road for any reason, right? Oh my god. I'm so slow right now, dude. Who should I watch for OP? I don't know how much it really matters. I've only watched one tutorial, so I can't really recommend any. Alright, I'm resetting. Whoever asked on YouTube, I heard Chegin's one is pretty good. There you go. I'm not really sure why Ash is asking for an old Pokemon tutorial though, because I thought you just said that you already know OP and that you're like gonna learn M2. I'm so confused how I DNF'd like that. Shaperoom.lbu for OP made setups easier because the swap location's on the D face. I don't really understand how that makes setups easier. Because it's not like setups in general will be better, right? Like you'll still have cases that you have to set up to DFR, and then those are weird. Like yeah, it'll make like the DFR DFL cases easier, but then you'll have like weird things for RFD, FDL. I don't really understand that. It just made setups more intuitive. Yeah, I mean, I get that that's the argument, but I don't understand how it makes them more intuitive. Like, some of the setups will be easier, but then you sacrifice the ones that were easy in the first place. Now they're not easy. Next 3 solves will be 1881 mean, okay. Dang it. Nice. Parity shifted for an alt swap that saved an alg. I don't think that was an 1883 mean, even with the solve. Close though. Do you track all AP options with parity shifts? Oh, alternate parity. I didn't know what AP was. I don't track all of them, I don't think, but like, I think I've just learned to like red flag in my head when a parity shift, like when any parity shift would give an alternate case. I don't think I can like keep track of all of them, but I just like noticed on that solve that BUL, I hit BUL on a parity shiftable target, and then UB was flipped in place, and so when I got to UB, or when I like saw that, I just treated it like UL-UB swap, and it saved an alg. Yo, Graham. Wow, we got a Graham in chat. Let's go. Hardest part for you is thinking of letter pairs. Do you have any tips? If you really struggle with making letter pairs like on the spot and it's slowing you down a lot, just try making a list with like a spreadsheet, and then refer to the list when you're doing solves, I guess. Damn, dude, that scramble looked so nice, but parity like screwed it. Wow, that was a crazy scramble. I feel like there was a much better way I could have done it, but I got stun locked. This scramble was so bizarre. So this scramble has parity, which is annoying because that is all solved. It's there to there to there, and then there, and that LTCT. I probably should have just done this. Dude, that's freaking 6 algs. My god, I can't believe oh my god. I did UFUR swap and just did a 2E2E, which is basically just 2 comms. This is an absurd scramble, dude. Like, for CFOP even. Look at that. Look at the blue cross. I'm gonna send this. Absurd scramble. So, I think the best solution I would have reasonably gotten is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm curious about CFOPing this. So that was two floats to 6. 2. It'd be just LTCT to 6 if I scrambled, if I like got this in comp. How would I do this? I don't know how the hell I would CFOP this. This is so crazy. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4? No, I don't know. I have no idea how I would do CPOP on that. Did you miss scramble? Probably. Wait, it is a 5 algorithm with floating LTCT, yeah, but I mean, who the hell does floating LTCT? Are we really gonna call this a 5 algorithm because it has floating LTCT? Is that where we're at now? I guess CFOP I would probably go. That was 6 move X cross. ZB. Oh. I knew it. I knew the ZB. Yeah, Brames. 3 blind stuff can get really weird. Do you ever do floating LTCTs, Tao? Like, that shit is really hard to figure out quickly. So that case is, that. Is it, and like, it messes with your muscle memory. Like, I don't know how I would ever do that and actually have it be worth it. Yeah. Like, you have to translate the corner. Apparently saves a lot of algs. I kind of doubt that. Especially taking into account like alternate pseudoswaps, possibly saving algs, and like every other possible solution you could do that would save an alg instead of floating LTCT. How many algs is floating LTCT? I don't know. I think it's like 160 or something for the first buffer. I think I recognize LTCT very different than you. Mine is like piece interactions shape based. I don't even know what that would mean. So when you recognize LTCT, you don't just go parity target that twist direction. Huh. So you mean you recognize like you've used shapes to, or like pattern recognition to try to like aid you to remember what the alg is specifically? Worst comes to worst, you get an alg for the cost of one pre-AUF and one post-AUF. And a pause. Which, like, if your average alg is like 1 second, it might not be worth it. It might even make you slower. It's like saying that like U and U prime and U2 setups for floating is still faster when it's probably actually not. God. Is it worth it to learn different parity for UFR? Like ULUB swap? Not really sure what you mean. You mean UBL? Is your buffer UFR? Believe it or not, I think Liam Chen actually does U setup jank for floats. Wonder if he actually saves time doing it. Oh, that was cool. I did another alt swap with a parity shift, and it canceled into the last comm. So I had UFR UBL parity with ULUB swap, and then the last alg was LDF FUL, or maybe the inverse, but still it was like you didn't have to undo the F prime and the Y perm, and then that. Dang it. I did an alt swap and I forgot that I did it. My buffer is UFR, but if I have parity in either UF or UR solved, I can save an alg by doing a parity which swaps. Oh yeah. That was something I was literally just talking about doing. And yeah, you should do that. Like, if you get UBL parity, for example, and UF and UR are solved, definitely do ULUB parity, or ULUB swap. Jesus, dude. Do you think it's... from watching your 5-line progression videos, it looks like it took 6 to 7 months to go to 8 minutes to the 4-minute range. Do you think it's possible to reach that level in a similar time frame if I put in enough practice? Yeah. Of course, why not? That's how I did it. Slice mistake? Oh, I didn't make a slice mistake. Let's go. Nice. Close 9. Might have misscrambled that. Dang it. I realized I plus 2'd. Haven't been predicting times. Well, oops. Oh my god. I did already get it correct, so I guess I could try to get it on a success, but I have gotten it correct now. Um, 2001. Been stuck at around 6 to 7 minutes for about half a year now, and it's been a bit tough. How much do you practice? God, dude. Those 9Ls, horrible turning. $16.65. Ooh, close. I just realized I recalled the wrong thing. Yeah. Do you think you will ever reach Tommy or Charlie's level solving? Like in 3-blind? Like the level, do you mean the level they're at right now, or will I ever match their speed, like at the same time they're at it? just one pass. I think that was a troll suggestion because almost nobody one passes 5 blind, not even Stanley. Apparently. I mean, he can, but he doesn't most of the time. Yeah, John. Any U-layer parity, like any U piece with any UFR or any parity that's like UFR or UFL, UBL, or UBR with any 2 edges swapped is a PLL. Tempted to lube this cube with some Moyu lube. It's actually like slower than I'd like now. They're 3 blind speed, but you have already almost gotten world record at home and gotten an insane mean. I mean, you still didn't really answer my question. Like, are you asking if I'll get to the same speed that they are currently at right now? Like, will I ever get to like 14 global, like low 14 global? Or are you asking if I'll ever like catch up to them and be at the same speed as them at the same time? Because those have different answers. Dang it. Will you be the best ever in history? Already been there. Tommy has a 13.6 weighted 100. I know. A single weighted 100, I think Tommy would definitely agree with me that a single weighted 100 does not dictate what your global is. Dude, oh my god. When you were averaging 7 to 8 minutes, how much five blind practice are you doing per day? I do not remember, but I was probably doing at least a few solves every day on average. But it kind of varied a lot between like multi and 3 blind and 5 blind and 4 blind. Dang it, dude. That would have been really nice. That was a very nice 9 Alger, and I forgot 1 pair. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna go eat dinner soon. I am super hungry. I'm just gonna do 3 more. Wait, what did you say, Dennis? What the fuck? Reminded me to drink water. I need some so bad right now and don't have any. Why don't you have water? What the hell? Where are you? Rip. In Chicago, went to Great Lakes Champs. Oh, cool. I didn't realize. Hey, what's up, Master Ice Panda? I just started blindfold solving, average like 8 to 9 minutes. Hope I can get as good as you. My first blind solve success was 12 something, so yeah. Every time I watch your 5 blind practice on stream, I get jealous and you consistently sub 4. Once your stream ends, I think I'm gonna head off to 5 blind grind myself. Nice. Consistently sub 4, that took like a lot of work. Like it was years, and to get like consistently low 3, like I've been doing 5 blind for like 10 years at this point. So I've done like probably several thousand 5 blind solves at this point. Maybe not several thousand, actually, no. Maybe like 1,000. I have like a thing where I log stuff. Actually, yeah, several thousand makes sense. I have 56 sessions of 5 blind that I've logged of 100 solves each. Actually, they're not all 100 solves. I used to log them at 50, so it was 50 times 34, and then the rest are 100. So $22, 34 times 50 plus 22 times 100. 3,900 5 blind solves, and that's just what I've logged. And I started logging them when I averaged like 6 to 7 minutes, looks like. So yeah, I guess you could kind of see my progression rate with this thing. At least it starts early 2017. I had a session that was 105 successes out of 480 attempts. 642 overall mean, so that was probably me going from like 8 minutes to like 5 minutes, because the best time there is 419, best mean of 3 555, best AO5 544. That's funny. So I think I started that session early 2017, and then I finished it February 2018. So that was like a year that I did 480 solves, approximately. And then I would do like 100 solves at like maybe like every couple weeks, it looks like. When I was like really grinding 5 blind around like the 5-minute global mark, I went from averaging 5 minutes in February to March 2018, and I got down to like 4-minute global, like 4 flat, probably around June 2018. So it was like 3 months to go from 5 minutes to 4 minutes. But I did like, looks like 500 solves approximately. So how many are you doing? If you're doing like much less than that, that's probably why you're improving slowly. What site do you go to see unofficial world bests? I usually just look at well, Cubing Contest has a bunch of them, but for everything else I just look at the speed solving wiki unofficial world record page, but that can be inaccurate because anyone can edit it. How long would an AO 100 take? To do 100 attempts, not like get a successful average of 100 5 blind, to do 100 attempts for me now would take like, if I do, usually my sessions are like 8 or 9 attempts, and that takes like an hour. So maybe like 12 hours, something like that. Yeah, I think a lot of people who struggle to improve at blind events are just not doing enough solves, frankly. And that's like the one of the biggest things for multi-blind. Like, a lot of people are like, why am I not improving? Why am I not improving? And I'm like, how many attempts have you done in the last month? And they're like, 2. I'm just like, what do you expect? Like, you gotta grind these things to make your brain get used to it, you know? Like, that's the only way you can get faster at this stuff and get practice with like all of the things that you need to get good at. Looking for someone to raid. I might just raid Twitch Solves Cube again. No one else is streaming cubing. I've done about 500 5 blind solves since I started, but seeing how much you've practiced makes me feel like I've been rushing things. Yeah, 500 since you started to get to, you said 6 to, how much, what do you average? 6 to 7 minutes? 7 to 8 minutes? Wonder, that's probably about what I did to get to that point. And then I did like 500 more to get from probably like 8 minutes to 6 minutes. Sure, Master Ice Panda. Trying to learn blind, and I understand how it works, but I'm having trouble understanding parity, specifically recognition. What advice would you give me? Well, recognizing parity is just a matter of whether or not you have an odd number of corner targets or an even number of corner targets. But I don't really know what method you're using. But if you're struggling, you should email me. Look in the description. I have to end stream. I'm going to raid you, Master Ice Panda, because I got to go eat. But people will be in your chat, probably. So they'll be there when you go live, maybe. Okay.